What's up, Overinspected Nation? As we've said before, every episode has something new, and this time for episode 20, the big 2-0, we have a guest star.
Yes!
It's Preetham.
The mastermind of CubersLive in some ways.
Pretty much,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
think
Michael-
I think
in a
we
lot of ways.
all were the masterminds.
Okay.
But like, you know,
The
in
triple
the origin. But I mean, Carrie, you did mention guest. I don't think it's quite guest. I would say more so, maybe recurring. Maybe?
Yeah,
Easily.
recurring character.
Recurring guest.
Yeah,
Recurring guest.
easily. Well, I'll mention. I have some ideas that you are definitely going to be a part of.
Okay.
That I think I would like you to be a part of.
Are we gonna talk about them on the?
No. We'll do it after.
Just
It'll
surprise.
spoil
You
it
can't
for the
do
people.
that on the podcast. Now everyone's gonna comment. What's the idea?
Well, no, it's the suspense. I
Alright,
want to
fair
build the suspense so that then they're like, okay, well, he said there was gonna be a cool idea. And
If you want to hear more about the idea, subscribe.
there we go, hell yeah,
There
he's
we
already
go.
working for the
Press
CubersLive
the
channel.
button.
Yeah.
Easy.
Press the subscribe button, baby.
Click.
Oh my god.
Comment, like.
Ring
Yeah.
the bell. You're forgetting the four. That's like this the holy trinity, but there's four of them. Like comment, like, subscribe, and bell.
Well,
Yeah.
do you guys know
That
if
wasn't
dislikes can actually make videos show up in recommended sections more?
Anyone would
Like
know.
if it's
I think-
extremely disliked.
I think it doesn't have. I mean, like, they're invisible now, and I guess the idea is like that data is still being recorded, but I feel like YouTube would hide a video if it got a lot of dislikes.
Yeah.
Because I've never seen a video recommended that's like a beheading or something that would.
Okay. I think that would just get.
I think
that would
if
get
that
reviewed.
ever gets popular enough to be recommended, it would automatically.
Oh
get
yeah,
reviewed.
like YouTube has like humans watching this.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right.
But I guess what I'm saying is like what I see in my recommended feed tends to be well received anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's not like it's like we're dislike. It's YouTube's like, oh, this is a dumpster fire. Therefore, like we should show people this because it's entertaining. I think YouTube is more like, oh,
Yeah.
a lot of people dislike this. This is trash tier content. We should not show this at all.
Only Netflix does that,
Oh,
Okay, fair
where
enough.
it's trash tier content and they show it.
Yeah, but sometimes it's fun to watch trash tier content.
Should
Yeah.
we pivot a little bit? Like
To what we're actually gonna talk about.
well, I
Yeah.
mean, we're gonna talk about like anything, but we did just complete something pretty cool last.
Yeah.
I guess of the date of this recording, the previous weekend,
Mhm.
we had just finished a live stream for Basque 32 in South San Francisco. That was really cool. A lot of people tuned in. A lot of new subscribers.
Yeah.
New subscribers.
150, let's go. We literally gained 50 subscribers in one day. And I probably a little bit the day before, because at the beginning of the last podcast episode, I put in like little things like, hey, it's Trash Tier Mike Manu here to tell you to subscribe because we're going to live stream tomorrow and you don't want to miss it. So that worked. And then, yeah, day of, we were just like, hey guys, you guys should subscribe. And it just like worked,
It worked?
I guess. It just straight up worked. So I was like, okay, cool.
So there's
Yeah.
50 new people. Hello, you
yeah,
new
in theory.
people.
Hello.
That's 50. That's like 1/3 of the subscriber base.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
doing, like,
Wait, actually, you're right. Wait, we literally got a third of our subscribers from one live stream.
I think it makes
Yeah.
sense. Like, if there's kind of a big live event happening, then like it kind of provides the impetus for someone new who's maybe like on the fence
Right,
if they want to
yeah.
join. Like they're like, I have to watch it now because it won't be live tomorrow.
That is true. Although the VOD is up, but actually,
Yeah.
got a sad story about that. If you go to the past live broadcasts, there's like a playlist, right? If you go there, you'll see two videos, part 1, part 2. We had to make it 2 parts because OBS crashed in the middle when we were resizing something on our other display, which was doing a window capture. So I don't know why it crashed, but anyway, there's part 1, part 2. Part 1, totally fine. It's like an hour long, just classic. Me and Preetham just talking about nothing. And then part 2, which has finals in it, got striked. Not striked.
Striked?
It got claimed
Claimed.
got
it,
claimed.
Like the
It got
video.
claimed.
And blocked.
and
Yeah.
blocked in the United States and I think 194 other nations. Which
Oh,
is
wow.
basically all over.
It
Yeah.
sounds like it's maybe like 5 countries where you can still see it.
Yeah. So if you want to watch
If you want
it,
to watch it, just go to North Korea.
or you could use this video sponsored NordVPN. No, JK. we don't
Imagine.
That'd be a great segue, right?
Yeah. We'll just bleep that out. No free promo.
That's a good point. Yeah, no free.
If we were to be sponsored by a company, what like
Raid, Shadow Legends.
Raid,
TC.
No, it's probably
I
just
mean,
Speed Cube
yeah.
Company.
Raid, Shadow Legends, MeUndies, HelloFresh, ExpressVPN. Those are like the classic like live stream.
Yeah, I feel like
Squarespace.
Doritos.
Okay, well, Doritos would actually be sick.
Doritos would, you know what?
I've never heard of
Doritos, you should sponsor us.
Imagine calling this like the Overinspected Doritos Studio or something. Okay, never mind. Actually, the more I say that sounds like an awful idea.
That sounds kind of dumb.
I just have never heard of that company sponsoring a YouTuber. Have you?
They did some stuff with Lud,
Yeah,
right?
they did.
They did Ludwig and Hafu.
Oh, okay. They did
Okay,
Hafu as well.
yeah.
Okay.
They like sponsored an Among Us competition too.
Did
I
they?
saw that.
It makes a lot of sense because what are viewers eating?
Doritos?
Yeah, Doritos is like the classic
Gamer food.
gamer food.
Oh,
It's
Mountain
I feel
Dew.
like Mountain Dew.
I feel like
Doritos.
Counterintuitive.
I feel like it's Flaming Hot Cheetos actually.
But actually, it is kind of
Nowadays,
because like
probably.
that's a snack that gets dust on your
I
fingers.
know.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
which
wait,
does make sense.
gamers
Chopsticks? Yeah.
Yes. Yay.
Mhm.
For
wait,
eating.
for eating Doritos chips?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
that's
wait.
I've never done
It's
it.
a
But
yay, but I've never done it.
I've never
What
done
about
it.
what about Cheetos?
I've never done it, but
Yeah,
You've
never.
never? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
But I can see it. That sounds like a good
Mhm.
idea.
It is very good.
I was gonna say that chopsticks are also good for if you want to eat bacon and you don't want to get your fingers greasy.
Oh, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I saw a Drew Gooden video a while back where he's testing a bunch of random products that he found on
Yeah.
Instagram.
Yep. I like
And
those.
one of the products was these like chopstick finger attachments
Oh.
that were supposed to be
Wait.
used by gamers.
And
Is
it
it
was
like
straight up
with,
for
like-
only for Cheetos.
Yeah.
What?
It's like
That's kinda
big things with
crazy.
Cheetos. They didn't work at all.
Oh,
They
really?
suck.
Wait, I feel like it's not that hard. You just take like some tube, just put it on your finger.
Yeah, it's
and
like
then just...
two chopsticks taped to your fingers. I just
It
think
doesn't sound
I
like
guess
it.
the way that your fingers work, like you can't pick them at the right angle. Whereas with chopstick, you put them in
It probably
inside your
can't,
fingers.
Oh,
probably can't be too
so it's
long,
like-
huh?
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
get it.
if it's too long, then it
too.
wouldn't work. Yeah.
And I think if you're not used to chopsticks, it's probably harder to like pick it up. with
Yeah, but what if
that.
you just had like really long nails instead? And
No,
like,
I don't think.
Mm.
I mean, the people who grow out their nails.
Gamers need nail extensions.
Yeah, it's
just only to eat Cheetos while gaming.
Also,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say that like the people who grow out their nails see it as like a beauty kind of fashion thing, so they
Yeah.
wouldn't want to be like
Oh,
damaging them
Sure,
by
that
getting
makes
them
sense.
like all covered in Dorito dust.
Which makes a lot of sense. It's like
We're-
an investment, right? To like grow your nails out that long
Yeah.
and keep them from breaking
Yeah.
and stuff. So
We're talking purely practical
Yeah.
though.
yeah,
Purely
yeah.
practical nail extensions. Also, I feel like this is a cubing podcast, and
Yeah, but for the last
nail
That's the
extensions are the
meme.
worst
No.
thing for cubing.
the thing is, like in the that is a good point. Yeah, long nails would be like so. Can you imagine like
Oh,
trying to
not
good.
turn a
That
cube
sounds-
and then like you can't like because like your nail gets stuck.
Oh,
here.
You know
yeah.
how often you do a cube review and then they're like, you know, the problem with this cube is that my fingernail gets stuck when I corner cut.
Oh, really? That's
Do
a
people
thing?
It can legitimately happen.
I mean, I feel like whenever I'm feeling like I'm a second slower on 3 I'll cut my nails and then I get a second back.
That sounds like a placebo effect.
No, I think it's real because
On Mega Minx, I can feel it.
Because
I guess because it's smaller.
Mhm.
subconsciously I'll turn more gently because I know if I turn too aggressively, I'll actually scratch the cube. Well, maybe not scratch it.
Okay, yeah, that makes
That
sense.
makes
sense.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess my nails have never been long enough to the point where it's like interfered, but I could see it with big cubes or something because
The pieces are smaller.
the pieces are smaller, right? And like you're like less you have like less fine control in some sense.
Yes.
Where like you know if your finger is here versus here, that's gonna make a big difference. Like if you're gonna hit the part of the cube or not. So
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think we ever explained exactly why the stream got claimed, but
Oh.
so
Yeah.
you know, when I was making the competition, I did head-to-head finals for 4x4 and 3x3, and then I did this thing where we did this whole intro for every single competitor when they were walking in to compete head-to-head, which I thought looked really cool on stream, by the way. It was also really cool.
it was kind of scuffed because like we didn't
it
have
was-
a cam and we
Yeah,
didn't
and then
have
we
cameras,
started
so-
using Logitech C920 to pin it in, which was really
It's pretty
hilarious.
sick.
Yeah.
It was actually, it looked really cool.
Okay, well it worked.
It looked really cool in a sense that,
I mean, the panning, it's like you have.
I mean,
camera.
where have you seen the production value? Like we do it best.
That is true. That is true.
No, but I was playing some play-in music. I asked the competitors to choose their song that they'd like to play in. So for example, like Paul selected Toxic by Britney Spears.
Mhm.
Of course, that's probably going to get copyright claimed. And then it was brought to my attention by these guys that, you know what, could get muted, could get claimed, could get taken down because the content ID system's like crack, right?
Yeah. I mean,
I agree. I just, you know, at that point, I didn't want to change it up, you know? It
Yeah,
was
that's
something
fair.
that, in terms of all the planning that was happening, that was literally the last thing I considered when we were also switching from Twitch to YouTube.
yeah, because if this were on Twitch, it would not have been. It would not have been live claimed.
Yeah.
There's
but
no way it would have been live claimed.
the learning experience at the end of the day is, I think, definitely not going to do that again.
Yeah, the thing is, like, at the time, I thought that because I know that on YouTube you can mute sections. So I thought like, okay, worst case it gets claimed, we mute the section, it's fine because we're not talking anyway, right? You're just watching the competitor go up. It's fine if it gets muted for that part.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is the VOD is so long, it's a 7-hour VOD, that it actually, YouTube doesn't let you edit it. It's like, this is too long, you can't trim it, you can't replace the music, the only thing you can do is take the video down. And, I mean, so, yeah, I'm not sure what's going to happen to it. As of the time of recording, it's still up there with, like, the claims and everything. So, yeah, you need to VPN if you actually want to go watch it. Which sucks because it's all the way at the end. And like nothing, almost nothing in the middle got claimed. Mm-hmm. Except for a couple songs in our playlist, which I guess are claimed now. But,
oh, they were claimed?
Yeah, there's some things in the middle, like Hero Theme got claimed.
Mm-hmm. Shoot, Hero Theme. I don't remember.
It's from Ping Pong, right?
Oh, Ping Pong got claimed?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so
we can't play ping pong.
Yeah, we can't play.
Dude, that's my favorite song.
Yeah, I know.
You know what? There's a simple fix to this.
Is it that one?
No. It's that one.
I think I have to hear it to recognize it.
Yeah.
It's really sad. I mean, that was like definitely one of the downfalls of the transition from Twitch to YouTube.
Yeah, and it really sucks because it means like we are not big enough where like we can like ask viewers to like, hey, like, can you make music for our stream, right? And we'll play it and we'll promote you, right? Because like we're just not big enough to that point. So yeah, we just gotta figure that out.
Well, that said, what are some of the pros of YouTube? Because we definitely had a lot of good things happen too.
Yeah, YouTube actually. So originally, when we think about switching a long time ago, when we think about actually starting on YouTube, we were like, oh, chat experience is gonna be really different. But actually, I didn't think it was that different. What did you think?
I thought it was pretty much the same. Yeah.
Like there was no difference as far as I could tell. Basically, I feel like there were a couple chatters who were just like, go XYZ, right? And it's like, and it's like that's not really something you can respond to.
I think the one difference is that on Twitch people use their Twitch usernames, but on YouTube a lot of their usernames are their real name.
Yeah, because like, it's linked to your Gmail or whatever.
So that was like the only difference.
Definitely,
when I see someone like someone comment,
right? Yeah,
I'm like, that's that.
The lack of like,
who is ZBLL Cuber 21XX?
ZBLL Cuber 21XX.
Yeah, like it does look different, right? So like the tags, the types of emotes that you can put in there. I'm assuming, if not no emotes.
I think we did not see a single emote. I think
it's just the conversation probably was slightly different, but it didn't. When I was in there, it didn't look any different. When I was looking on, like from the side of the studio view, it looked pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you guys, but it felt like when I was searching on the YouTube site, maybe it's just a placebo effect. It feels like there was a different quality to YouTube live streaming versus Twitch live streaming. Just for some reason, maybe like the UI. Because of how I think Twitch's UI looks a little bit better.
I think it looks better, yeah.
I think it's more live streaming oriented because that's all it does. But
I didn't open it up from a computer, but from my phone, like when I opened it up, it just looked pretty good. I mean, it was a placebo effect. At the end, we have the same edits, we have the same like overlays and everything.
That is true. Yeah, everything was basically the same. Another good thing I thought about YouTube was when we went to the streamer dashboard, right? You can see like the graph of like your viewers over time.
Oh, really?
There are a couple of like analytics things that you can see in real time. I think you can do that on Twitch's dashboard as well, but I've never seen that before. It's just right there for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that like I've always liked the feature where YouTube will show you the chat, I guess, velocity, like how many chat messages are coming in per minute. And then like,
wait, it tells you that?
That's one of the settings you can do.
Velocity?
I don't know if velocity is the right word, or just some sort of rate, because
it definitely gives you a rate.
Yeah, sometimes I'll be like streaming something that's like leading up to a big event, like a subscriber milestone, or maybe like beating the Ender Dragon, and you'll always see like a triangle right when that happens in the line.
Right, makes sense.
Yeah, because like people want to say like, hooray, congratulations, right when it happens.
Yeah, and I think I was looking at some of the analytics, and you can see that actually as finals, I think, happens, right? You can see that like the number of messages sent per minute or whatever, or in the individual minute buckets, it increases like pretty significantly. So I thought that was cool to see.
I kind of wanted to like highlight, or I wanted to ask you guys what you thought the highlights of the stream were, but what I wanted to mention is every time I seem to tune in, and this is partially, maybe it was due to the transition, or maybe it was due to just more interest in general, maybe the podcast helped it too, but we got more turnout.
We got a ton.
There was a lot more viewers than what we're accustomed to.
Do you know if they came from like promotion on Facebook? Like,
I don't know.
Cubers'
I'm
friends?
assuming no. I'm assuming a lot of the extra turnout was probably actually people within the venue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
because-
where a lot of the subscribers came from. Is what I'm, because when
I'm
I was
pretty sure.
walking around the venue, I saw some people had it open, and then there were some parents that were genuinely curious about the live stream.
Yeah. I mean, because the other thing, which is some important context, the way the venue is set up is that we set it up on the short side, which was a mistake. If we ever use
There
it
were
again,
so many
we
mistakes.
need to do that on the long side. But it was set up on the short side, right? So all the competitors were like here, or like so we set it up like this, right? And maybe I'll do some fancy editing. I'm definitely not going to do some fancy editing. But basically, all the competitors are set up here, and the rest of this was chairs. So this area is really narrow, so it's really hard. Like, there are only so many parents who can like come up and like film their kids or whatever. And I think people use the stream to their advantage, because we had basically four competitors on each cam.
True. I didn't even
So
think
I
about
think
that.
some people might have used this opportunity to like see like, okay, like you're sitting far back because you can't move up there because it's just too crowded. So you can like look on your phone and see like, oh cool, like my kid got XYZ time or whatever.
That's true. I didn't even think about that, because there was a lot of issues with the layout, and I think of all the mistakes that happened, knowing all these things going forward, if we held a second event in the same venue with like the same game plan but with different execution, the competition experience is going to be so much better.
Yeah, I think it'll be better for
like
everyone.
extremely experimental, and I feel super confident that with this same exact competition, I could even add an event.
Yeah,
More
I think,
or less.
I think if we only did 3x3 head-to-head finals, then we could add an event. Yeah.
For sure. Well, like, how did you guys feel? Because it was a really slow start, but it was really funny that I got more and more into the 4x4 head-to-head finals as each seed came in, because it was super tight.
Yeah.
The entire final was super tight. In the results.
But did you do the seeds as in like slowest two and then like the next two and the next two? Okay, so the last
Nat style.
Nat style. Okay.
style, yeah.
So the last two to come in are the two fastest seeds.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think that's the right way to do it. I know that some places will kind of pick up 8 and
1,
1
8.
and 2 and 7. I always don't like those.
Do like a tourney?
No,
like-
because you would only do like 8 and 1 if there was
Yeah.
elimination.
Oh,
Right,
yeah,
if there's a
yeah.
tourney,
But there
then
was
you
no
do it.
elimination.
Yeah,
It's just a single result.
Yeah, so there's no reason to do that.
Yeah.
Another pro about YouTube that I wanted to talk about is it was really easy to go into the VOD and like frame by frame watch replays of
Right. Especially when
videos.
Varun got his 4.
I didn't realize you could do that.
We
Yeah,
were,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
But you know
literally like, oh, he did this turn and then that was super smooth and we get to put it in 2.5x. I don't think you could do that
Does that
ever
does
on
that
Twitch.
solve the replay issue for you?
Yeah,
It's
I
like
think
more
it does
much.
actually. I think we don't need the replay buffer system well, we might still want it, but like it's still pretty easy, right?
Yeah.
Because like we know in the moment we want to review this, we just go over to the VOD. We mute the VOD because we want to talk. We mute the VOD and like it's gonna be within like the last 5 minutes, right? So all you need to do is just scroll back to the moment that it happens. It's right then and there. You hit it on like the quarter speed and it's good to go.
Interesting. That's cool.
Yeah. And if you play at a quarter speed, you can like say like, oh, he's doing cross, and you actually have enough time.
You
to
can even go frame by frame.
Yeah, like
you can do it super easily on with a
greater than
yeah.
less than symbol.
Yeah, exactly.
Laser Monkey, watch out.
We're doing frame by frame analysis live now.
It'll have it like within like,
Inside
60
the
seconds.
competition.
During the competition, we're doing frame by frame.
We're
And,
watching
and the
out.
competitor's like still just walking back from his station. So like you can,
And we're like-
you couldn't call him over because you're not supposed to discuss the scrambles.
And we're doing.
Yeah.
It looks like Varun got a Fatsoon into PLL skip. Wow, amazing execution.
What was I saying? Oh, if you guys do want to watch that solve, it was like definitely one of the highlights of the competition.
Definitely.
But of part 1, it is most definitely the highlight of the competition.
Yeah, because it was during part 1, so you can
exactly.
actually see it.
So the timestamp I believe is like 53 minutes or 54
Oh, there we
minutes.
go. Yeah.
On
yeah, off the top of your head.
on the part 1 VOD. You should be
There
able
you
to go into it. It's not the one that's struck down.
Mhm.
Sad.
Yeah. So you'll definitely be able to see it. You can watch us
Yeah.
try and fumble around a little bit, but I mean, the fact that we were able to figure out how to do it that quickly, I think was pretty good.
It was a
Do you
really
have-
cool reaction.
Do you add show notes in the description?
Shown like
Show
a
it.
timestamp.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like you just not like timestamps, but like just say.
I'll
like,
just put in a
here are
pin
the
comment.
things we talked about this episode, and then just like have. A
Oh,
comment
yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
something
So,
in the
yeah,
description.
you mean the chapters?
You can link it. No, I'm saying you can link the video in the description.
Oh,
with
that's
the
actually a genius
timestamp.
idea. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
If while I'm editing, I'm not editing this on Friday at 11:59 p.m. I will listen through this part and I will
Yeah.
put it in there.
Is all this gonna go in the video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like
I
rarely
never cut stuff out.
We very very rarely cut things out.
I don't
Okay.
think we've
I think-
ever cut anything out except for last week's, the previous episode.
Yeah.
By accident.
Yeah.
By
yeah.
accident.
We should cut
Yeah.
this part out. Like,
Okay.
No.
like the last act, like I just cut something out and then say.
And we're back.
Alright.
Wait, I have no idea what you're talking
But
about.
like,
I'm
I'm
always-
just gonna say like.
He's
we'll cut
wait-
that part out and then.
Okay. He's waiting for you to
have,
cut him
like-
off.
Oh.
No, not. Don't cut me off.
I mean, if anyone is gonna get cut off, it's going to be you, right? So
All right, you know what? Just forget what I
this is
said.
like a
Yeah.
2-year-old meme at this point.
No,
I
but
have
the
a shirt about that.
About
yeah,
being cut
I
off.
bought you this shirt. Yeah.
the funny thing was that solve. It was a really good solve. Was it full step? It looked like
PLL skip.
it looked like a PL skip.
PLL skip. He was really smooth through F2L. I don't know. He said that he didn't really remember anything about it when I interviewed him at the end. But he said he had. I think he said it was just good F2L, fat soon for the OL, just into the PLL skip.
Right. Okay. Yeah, the reaction for that was really cool. And if you look in there, you'll see me like walk over. Everyone is like, "Whoa!" 4.8. I mean, 4.8 is awesome. Don't get me wrong.
I mean,
but
dude, he was only the 50th. He was like the 53rd person in the world to ever get a 4.
but
right?
I
So-
leaned over and I'm like, "Varun, sign that."
Ah,
I'm just like forever traumatized.
That's
like,
right.
I think it's a good
I will
lesson.
Never live it down.
That's right.
Yeah.
Harkening back to the
like it took me like I think the reaction happened 3 seconds later. Varun, sign that.
yeah,
You
yeah.
talked about that in a previous podcast too, right?
Yeah,
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 you
the-
can check it
Check
out.
that one.
WR drama. That is one of our best episodes. I think.
Actually, if you're a new viewer, what you should do is go to our playlist section,
Yeah.
watch from episode 1.
Yeah, watch from episode 1.
How did we get here?
Yeah, exactly. You can
Yeah.
see how we were really bad at this in episode 1, and how like we've definitely evolved to the point where
We're less bad.
we have a studio now.
Well,
Yeah, we have a studio, guys.
yeah, that's true. I think the word studio really adds legitimacy.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah,
Like the mic, just having the microphone in the shot.
you're actually right. Yeah, instead of having like the computer there. Yeah, that's the other thing we've changed. For the audio listeners, you might notice that I think our audio is probably better than it was last time because
I would hope so.
we got rid of the Mac and we now have the Blue Yeti.
To be fair, the Mac did a pretty adequate job. Like, respect to Mac hardware and software for like webcam and microphone settings. They're pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I've been thinking of like switching to my laptop as just that's where I'm gonna make videos because
Oh,
everything's
really?
just built in, and I feel like it's just so comparable to what I'm getting with my other computers.
How powerful is your laptop?
I mean, it's the new MacBook with the M1
Mhm.
chip.
Okay.
And
Oh,
I
I thought it had
see.
the touch bar on it. Did
Oh
it?
no, it doesn't.
Oh, it doesn't have a touch bar.
No.
Oh.
But the thing that I think is really nice is that it can just run Blender, and I think
Just
it's,
seamlessly.
yeah, just seamlessly.
That's impressive.
Yeah, so like I used to think, oh, because I'm in this like college class where we're gonna be using Blender every week, I have to like resort to my desktop, but I didn't need to. And
Wow, that's pretty impressive. I think I've said this before, but like, I don't really like Apple as a company. But I think,
yeah, I know they do shady stuff.
yeah, I just don't like their like some of their business models and stuff. But
Mm-hmm.
I think there's absolutely no way to like hate on any of the engineers. Like they just
Yeah.
like the products that they make are just so good, and like the ecosystem is just so good, and like that's just like in it like it's its own tier, I think.
Yeah, and I mean like it's also kind of nice that if a product kind of breaks or wears down, you can just take it to an Apple store and they'll try to fix it. Whereas I think most other companies, if it's broken, you just have to get a new one.
Yeah, yeah. At best, like there's like a warranty where
I think most others, but there are probably some examples where that's not the case, like bigger Android companies.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
Or
the big-
Android using.
Yeah, that's true,
sorry,
yeah,
I'm saying,
yeah,
not
yeah.
Android.
Yeah.
like
themselves.
the bigger the company, the more likely they can afford to have. Yeah, the more likely they can afford to have
Yeah.
some way of like repairing stuff.
yeah, that makes sense. Anyway, yeah, we have Preetham here, right? So let's talk a little bit about who the hell are you? Tell us everything about yourself, your date of birth, your place of birth, your social security number, credit card information.
Mother's maiden name.
That would be useful. Your high school
Pet's
crush.
First pet's name.
Yeah,
best
that-
friend.
Well, also the
That'd-
personal stuff
that'd
like
be-
deepest secrets, biggest insecurities,
Yes,
biggest
insecurity for
fears, biggest regrets.
Anyway,
Sure. Of course, biggest regrets. Can't
tell us
forget
about your cubing career. When did you get started in cubing?
that. All right. So this is kind of like what you guys did in episode 1.
Episode 2, actually.
Episode 2.
I think we talked about it a little bit on both.
Yeah, I think episode 2 was the main one though.
Yeah.
Because you realized episode 1, you're like, wait, we didn't even initiate.
Yeah.
All right.
I think yeah.
All right. Gosh, this is.
Dude, come on. How hard could it be?
I think we just start with like what year?
Yeah.
was
What
it?
year? What year?
Like what era?
I started cubing in around 7th grade, like I guess most people, like a kid.
Yeah,
you know?
pretty typical.
I saw my friend with a Rubik's Cube and I'm like, wow, that's cool. I want to learn how to do that.
Yeah.
And then he didn't teach me at all.
Wow, your friend
What
is
a nice
this friend?
Yeah. Well, to be fair, he was there on vacation and then he went back to America.
Okay, well, okay, that makes
Okay.
sense.
So for those of you who don't know, for middle school and high school, I lived in India and I studied in India. We didn't really have a cubing community there, so
Look at this
I'm
one.
just talking to any of them.
Look at this one.
Okay.
This one is the main
We
one.
didn't really have a cubing community there, so I picked it up and I like learned how to cube a little bit, learned beginner's method, got a little fast, and by kind of fast I mean like solving it in under a minute and a half or something. And then because there weren't really that many other cubers, I quit
Okay, yeah, I mean...
in like 8th grade.
Okay.
And then fast forward to 3rd year of college.
Oh, jeez, okay, this is a
quite a
huge-
while.
Is that
major
8
time
years,
skip.
7 years later?
Yes, around 7 years later. I was bored in college, and all of my friends were like...
wait, that sounds like you said you were born in college.
No, I was bored. I was bored.
Kind of awkward.
All my other friends were like joining other clubs and stuff.
Uh-huh.
No, okay, yeah.
What's so funny, guys?
So I'm guessing in college there must have been a cubing club then. Because
Yeah, there was a cubing club. Yes. Sorry, an ad played. We had a stopwatch.
An ad played. So this stream was sponsored by NordVPN.
We'll cut that out, right?
We'll probably cut that out.
Okay. So yeah, I was bored in college. My friends had joined like other clubs and stuff, but none of them really interested me. So I went to our activities fair. I was just like roaming around the place, looking through a bunch of different clubs. There was like a gaming club. There was a
You guys had a
Disney
gaming club?
an animation club. We had
Oh,
like
that's cool.
clubs all over the place. We
didn't
had
have a
tons of
gaming
clubs. That's because UCLA is the #1 public university and Berkeley
Alright,
is not.
just shut up. Keep going.
And it's okay. Stanford doesn't have any beef in this game.
Well, no, okay, we had a video game club too, but
Yeah, exactly. See,
I feel like
all the good
it was
universities. have.
SVGA or something.
All I'm saying is our Cube Club is the oldest continuously running Cube Club.
Okay, yeah, that is. You
Cube
know,
Club's
Yeah,
getting
worthy,
revived,
worthy of
too.
respect.
Yeah.
Either way, we there was a cube club. So I took flyers from all these different things and I was like, I'm not really interested in any of these, but the cubing club was one thing that I was like, I might go to this. And then the final push that I needed was one of my other friends saying that he'd come with me to the club because
classic.
he knew someone from that club.
Okay.
And he was like, oh, I'll like meet her and like hang out with her
Mhm.
and I'll join you, give you some company. So that's the story of how I got into the club. And then once I was there, I feel like everyone was just so nice and inviting,
Classic. Yeah.
which I feel like most other communities or clubs aren't as like
Mm-hmm.
just like joining you and like making you feel part of
Mm-hmm.
them. So got into that. Within like the first few months I learned CFOP, F2L, got my time down to like sub
for sure.
30, and then helped the UCLA Cubing Club with organizing competitions and stuff like that. But then unfortunately I had to graduate pretty quickly.
Right, because you started.
Oh, you were third year.
Third year.
I started my
so
third
it
year.
wasn't even a long experience.
And then like I graduated a little early too. So after that I was basically out. But
Gotcha.
this time, unlike my previous attempt at cubing, I stuck with it to some
Right.
extent.
Right.
And I just like kept fidgeting around with my cube. And I noticed that Berkeley had a cube club.
Right, yeah.
And I messaged them and asked them if they would have meetings.
Yes.
But I messaged them, I think, on their finals week of spring semester.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds about right, yeah.
And so I got a very terse reply, which was like, no shot, Lamau.
Really?
That was me.
Oh, that was you.
That was me.
Like, you through the
Cube Club email,
so
yeah.
Oh wow! So you're representing the entire Cube
That
community.
was me.
Yeah. I think I could probably pull up the email in a bit, but
Was it just like 2 words or was
no,
it
it was a little longer. But
I think because at the time I was just like, at the time it was like finals. We had just finished decal, and I think at the time I was just like, yeah, this guy has no clue what he's talking about because like, why would we have like Cube Club meetings in the summer? None of us are gonna be here. You're an idiot.
yeah.
Send.
Oh. Well, I guess like if you don't
You
know
didn't
the
have
person
to. You
yet,
didn't have to add the idiot thing there, but yeah, what?
I was just saying like if you've never met the person before, it's a lot easier to
Yeah,
like be a little less polite.
right.
Oh yeah, it's so much easier to be less polite.
So at that point, I like kind of gave up on Berkeley.
Well,
But what I didn't give up on was cubing. And one thing that I've always wanted to do was learn how to solve a cube blindfolded.
yes, I remember this.
So I came up with this video idea where I would learn how to solve a cube blindfolded in like, I think it was 2 or 3 months because there was a competition. I don't know, it was like Berkeley something.
It was
Probably-
definitely
maybe
a Berkeley
summer?
comp.
Berkeley Fall.
Yeah, maybe either fall.
Are you sure it wasn't Western Champs?
No, Western
No,
Champs
no.
was much earlier.
Much earlier.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hadn't even emailed him by that point.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm gonna do Berkeley Fall, and so I like spent 2 months learning how to solve a cube blindfolded, and one step in that video was me meeting the people at the club and like getting a lay of the land, you know?
Oh yeah, I remember this.
I don't remember this.
no,
and
I
so
watched the video.
Yeah, I don't remember this in the video either.
I specifically used the words lay of the land.
Okay, well, there we go.
That's proof that it happened.
And
Easy recycle?
And I walked into the club, talked to you guys, and yeah, I was like, oh, these guys are not as nice as the UCLA people, but you know, I guess I'll hang out with
Fair
them.
enough.
Wait, I don't know who these UCLA people are.
Yeah. So
Kevin
so
Matthews.
Kevin.
Oh, okay.
Devani.
I think he might have left at that point.
Okay, maybe.
Maybe.
But is
But
Kevin Matthews the Canadian?
Kevin,
Yeah, I think he's in
Good
Canada.
at FMC.
He's in
Thomas, and
Henry, maybe.
Henry Hell.
Yeah, Henry
Wait,
Helmuth.
I'm trying to.
I was thinking of Henry Cavill.
genuinely,
Oh, the actor.
I'm gonna be a terrible friend because I don't even
I mean,
remember if there was a
There's
Henry.
a Jenny.
There was an Allison, a Kevin, and a Thomas. Those are the ones I
Thomas.
remember. I think all of the people you're talking about are from like,
Oh, the area.
yeah, the area.
I see,
But
yeah,
they were,
not-
like,
but not UCLA.
In UCLA.
I see.
Like,
Okay.
Shane, because Shane didn't go to UCLA.
Yeah.
Shane just lives in SoCal.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
I see.
that's the story of how I joined.
Yeah, I think I
Kevin
remember
Matthews does make an appearance in the video that I was talking
in
about.
the blind.
Yeah,
video.
he was talking. He was helping you.
Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah, I think you did it over like a Zoom call.
You talked to 2 people over a Zoom call in that video.
I think
Kevin
it was only
Matthews was
Kevin.
one. It was no, it was just Kevin.
Yeah, I think it was only Kevin.
That was a cool little like snippet. I thought that video was really good.
That was a really good video. I was actually going to do the same video, but for 5 blind actually.
Oh.
And I was gonna like I was thinking like, oh, you know, like if I could stream my 5 blind, right? My 5 blind attempts, I can, you know, over dramatize it by being like, I suck at 5 blind. It turns out that was not over dramatization. I do suck at 5 blind. And then like come the comp day, like I was gonna like my first serious attempt at 5 blinds, like the first 2 attempts, I was gonna be like, yeah, dude, I got it. I'm gonna do it. Then I was too lazy.
Oh, come on.
So I was totally gonna steal your idea, but it was gonna be cooler because it was gonna be 5 blind.
Yeah, I think 3
think-
points.
Actually, no, 3 blind
I
is
think
definitely cooler.
Going from like no blind solving to 3 blind is
Yeah.
probably about the same gap as like 3 blind to 5 blind, and you've already done 3 blinds, so
Especially if you've done multi-blind, which you have.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Wait, but Preetham, I wanted to ask you.
Mhm.
So when you went to that competition, did you get the success you were hoping to?
I did.
Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Although I had like contingency plans because you know I don't script videos. Obviously, you can't
Right.
script a successful solve.
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
You can't script a
Alright.
success.
Wait, so you're saying like
But
you're
like
judge.
if I failed, I had like in the back of my mind, I didn't have that pressure of like I need to get this because I was like, if I fail, I'll like attend another competition and get it there, and I'll like
yeah.
make a motivational speech.
Right,
about,
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know.
makes
You know, like
You know.
this
Like-
isn't the end of the journey.
Yeah.
This is just a stepping stone.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I also like wasn't under any pressure to upload a video because I know a lot of YouTubers are like, oh, I need to get this video. I need to do this to get the video out by this date. I was like, I'm just doing this for
Right.
fun. So
Right.
Yeah.
By the way, I'll like link the video up. Like you can go check it out.
I feel like
I think it's a
that-
good video.
That's one of those videos where in like 3 years it'll just pop up in recommended feeds. I truly believe
I
it's
can
a
see
really
it.
good video.
I
I,
can see
actually
it.
did enjoy it.
maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Like
I think I think you did a good job like introducing
Mhm.
non-cubers to it.
Yeah.
And just like walking through like your steps and stuff, and then just end result, it like ended up like the story ended up writing itself really well.
Yeah.
So
I think it was a little too long, in my opinion.
How long was it?
15 minutes?
Yeah, 15-ish.
Ish.
It's one of my shorter videos, to be honest, but I feel like if I was doing it again, I'd like cut it down maybe like 10 minutes.
Okay. I mean, you also have to do all the explanation and stuff too.
Yeah,
So.
but the first 5 minutes where I do the explanation are like really clean.
Okay.
And then I feel
Yeah.
like I have 5 minutes where I'm like doing a training montage,
Mm-hmm.
but it was kind of actually no, that's a great video. You guys should watch it.
Yeah. Why are you spoiling your own video?
You gotta
Go-
gas
go
yourself
watch
up a
the
little
video.
bit.
Yeah.
That was a good video. I remember because when you first came in to like one of the Cube Club meetings, right?
Yeah.
I thought you were like a freshman or something.
Mhm.
So I think I had asked you like, oh, like what is your major or whatever. You're like, yeah, like I like graduated. And I'm like, and then I was just like, okay, you graduated. Why are you here? Like, what kind of like graduate, like first, like college graduate wants to hang out with college students?
there's no need to gatekeep, right? Something.
Yeah.
I remember
So-
like oh
But it's a success story, right? Because it worked out. Because
Yeah.
now you're one of our
Yeah.
really good friends.
I think that was this question I wanted to ask you is what were your first impressions of me? And you kind of answered
Yeah.
both of your first impressions of
Like,
me.
no
were
shot,
absolutely
Lamar.
terrible. Firstly, what's this idiot? Your words.
Oh, yeah, I know.
What's this idiot messaging me in summer?
Yeah.
To what kind of college graduate joins a Cube Club?
Hey, to be fair, the first time when I did anything with Berkeley Cube Club, the president at the time, we were at like a banquet. And I just showed up. It's like a banquet to like celebrate the end of the semester, right?
Mhm.
So I had shown up because one of my friends, he was not really my friend actually, and not at the time.
Throwing him under the bus.
You know who you are. One of my acquaintances at the time was there, and he was like, "Yo, like Cube Club is doing this banquet. Do you want to come?" Because I'd asked him about Cube Club earlier this semester. He's like, "Yeah, sure. I don't know anyone. I'll just show up." So I was there. I had a good time with everyone. I actually met like a lot of other people who ended up becoming my good friends. And then at the end, as we're leaving the venue, the president, Armin, at the time, he's like, "Yeah, like you're a cool guy, but who the hell are you? Like,
Oh.
like I've never seen you before. You didn't come to Cube Club at all. You just decided to come to the banquet." And I think Ryan at the time was like, "Yeah, who are you? Just came up here for like free food or something? like you have no intention of joining the club." So don't
They
worry.
pressured you into joining the club.
My entrance into
What?
Cube Club was just as
yeah,
bad.
it seems to happen a lot. It's like it's a pattern.
Rite of passage.
Yeah. Most people,
Well-
I think, don't enter. Like, I think it's better to have a story, right? So.
All right. So you met me next.
I remember that you I wasn't sure if I was delegating the competition or if I was even a delegate at the time, but I remember that you were doing those 3 blind solves. But truthfully, after that, I don't remember the next time I saw you after that competition.
Mhm.
Like, at what was the bridge between that Berkeley comp, the YouTube video, and then the pandemic?
Did you watch the YouTube video before, like, you got to know Preetham better, or was it only after? Because I think I only watched it after.
I think I watched the video by itself.
Oh really?
Oh, really?
I think. I don't like.
That speaks well to the video then.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, I don't know. I don't think the video was like super high performing, but I was probably searching for cute videos
Mhm.
at the time. But I don't remember what was the gap between that competition and then CubersLive.
Mhm. I kind of remember because at the start of the pandemic, right around when it was like picking up, we had PyBQ.
Right. Oh
And
yeah.
There, you had mentioned that you really wanted to live stream a competition. And
Right, because this was after the legendary sack car
Yes.
ride.
Right.
Legendary.
Yeah.
And then Cubing at Home happened, and then we were kind of like discussing, hey, we had this idea as well, like way back.
Right.
Let's this is as good an opportunity as any to actually try it out.
Right, because at that time, I think you hadn't attended a ton of competitions up here, even after Berkeley, right?
Yeah.
So you did attend Pi.
Yeah. Because Preetham was living in Berkeley at the time. And I was like, Preetham wants to do blind and multi-blind, right? So I was like, yeah, Preetham, this competition is happening. You should register for it.
That's the one that was like
at my house. We were all there.
Yeah,
so,
I think that's
I was talking
you in person.
So I was talking about the live stream idea. I think you just expressed that you were interested too. And then I guess at that point we probably developed our relationship more so virtually online.
Yeah.
Through the project.
Doing CubersLive.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah.
And 2 years later, now we're actually doing live competitions, which is sick.
Yeah, we're actually doing live
Sick.
competitions.
Yeah. How many? Okay. So
3.
Slow.
We've done 3 so far.
Sack,
Did
slow.
we do 2 slows or just one?
No,
slow?
just one.
Just one slow, sack, and then this one.
Yeah. And more planned in the future.
Yeah.
So.
I think more is planned in the future. Sometimes I feel like the frequency, I wish we could up it, but it's definitely hard to plan.
Yeah, because we all 3 of us or all 4 of us, or we need to have people there. There's always the setup stuff. Sometimes the venues are not designed with stream in mind, so which makes things a little bit difficult sometimes.
See, I kind of want this to be the case because I'm kind of all up in the air. I've had a couple of people ask me why am I not listed as a delegate for some competitions? It's because I don't know if I'm going to be there sometimes. So, honestly, at the end of the day, if I pack everything up, it would be really cool if you guys are usually free on the weekends. If you attended those competitions, you could just take my stuff there and just set up. Because at the end of the day, yeah, and so I don't know where. I don't think this was just a pure coincidence, but when we started our first stream, we did CubersLive stuff. Preetham and Manu, you guys have really good caster chemistry.
That's because, dude, I think the reason is because we both understood Twitch and talking, and we both watched Ludwig.
Because we both watched the same streamers.
Yeah,
so we both had that.
Yeah, so we can play off the same jokes, right? We can come up with the same jokes, and we have the same. I feel like we have a similar talking style. Whenever I listen to Ludwig, I'm half the time I'm Preetham sounds exactly like this, but really it's the other way around. It's Preetham sounds exactly like Ludwig.
I think Ludwig took it from me.
Okay, fair enough. He saw your blind video, and he was just this guy, I gotta take his stuff.
Yeah, so more or less you guys I if you guys watch the live streams, I'm not even on there for the most part. I could pretend I produce it, but I'm just really off. I'm kind of who knows where.
You're busy with delegate stuff. So.
Sometimes I'm not.
And telling people to sign things, that's probably higher priority.
Also, you guys don't know it, but also the live stream definitely wouldn't be possible without Michael, because a lot of the things that he does, not just setting up the cameras and stuff, obviously that's a big part, but he, as a delegate, he's able to do things for the competition that help the stream
that are stream friendly.
So he'll be hey, let's set things up this way so that it appears better on the stream.
Yeah, or these competitors are going to be, or let's set up our groups in a way such that the stream competitors, they're highlighted, it's clear for the runners so that they can put them on specific tables.
Yeah.
So they can have good camera angles, because I think Varun was one of the stream people, right?
Yeah.
Imagine if he were on one of the corner ones, we would have missed a 4.
That's true. Yeah. And it's not perfect. I think part of the way that it was designed is that we would pick people that would only solve on stream, but everyone would have an opportunity to actually be placed in the stream station.
Yeah.
So we only told runners to have the stream people wait for that table to open, more or less.
Yeah.
I don't think it was perfect. There was definitely missed solves.
We definitely missed solves.
And it was pretty good. And honestly, at the end of the day, the biggest improvement for the past 32 competition for CubersLive is adjusting a layout to be more CubersLive friendly.
Yeah.
Not just CubersLive friendly, it was just really tight. I just did not think the room was so narrow.
Yeah.
The square footage and when I looked at it when it was empty, it looked good.
Right.
I should have just used the length of the
that would have been better.
But I feel if you went with the length, then how would you have the stream capture all the tables at once?
You could separate it. We have enough length on our equipment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We had enough reach.
And plus we had 2 cams. So
well, one thing I'm curious about is if anyone who's a fast cuber who typically records their solves with a tripod and a phone decided not to do it this time because they knew that the live stream was picking it up. Do you think
maybe
that happened? I don't know if there's
I don't think so.
I think everyone still records their own song.
Yeah,
the quality is
always better. Because you're either recording from here, from over there.
Because I was just thinking with Varun's 4, was he recording it anywhere else?
I don't think he was recording. His mom might have been recording.
Okay.
So I think her footage was probably maybe just as good. Well, She could probably zoom into different rooms, so
Yeah.
it's probably a little bit better, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about like the times, you know, like the 3.47 world record where you have to resort to
the security cam.
the security cam.
And
Like,
there's another sub
yeah.
4 recently that was
That was
also not
yeah,
recorded.
that was
footage.
absolutely not recorded. Yeah, so
yeah, so I think the live stream just provides one layer of backup.
yeah, definitely. I guess so. Does that make the fastest,
Is there-
like, well-recorded solve Max Shao's 403?
he has a 4.
Yeah, he has a
From
403
this weekend.
from this weekend.
Oh,
yeah.
I
Dude,
was gonna,
weekend.
Max Xiao, freaking baller. Oh
I was gonna say it's Ray Hong's 4.06, but that beats it by just ever so slightly.
Yeah.
Well,
Absolutely.
official, right? Because we've
Official.
seen,
Yeah.
we've seen at home, cubing at home. We've seen
Like
Monkey
two.
League.
Mm,
Oh, Monkey League is so good.
yeah.
I was so into Monkey League for a while,
Mm.
honestly.
Well, yeah, I mean, because Philip had really, really good production, right? So,
Mhm.
yeah, it was just so
Yep,
good.
part of that was also powered by CubersLive.
Right.
Oh.
yeah.
Oh yeah, on the back end.
There was one episode at least where there is the CubersLive logo in the corner.
Oh,
Really?
really?
What?
Yeah,
What?
yeah.
Wait, so
Okay.
how does that
Okay,
work?
that's
Like,
kinda cool.
is it going? Like, what is
so
CubersLive
the-
providing?
Well, he didn't use it anymore, and like honestly, I'm kind of happy because a lot of stuff was broken, and I don't want that pressure of like, okay, if something breaks, I need to be ready. to
Tell
fix
tell
it.
the whole story about
But-
Cubers Live.
Um,
How did Cubers Live
yeah.
start?
CubersLive started because of the UCLA Cuban Club.
Okay.
Believe it or not. So back in after my third year ended, we had summer break. I was like, oh, I want to cube with these people, but I don't know if there's any online cubing things that like allow us to cube together. So I was like, you know, if it doesn't exist, I'll build it myself. So I built it myself.
So the god, he's just
Yeah.
like,
And
he's like,
then
it doesn't exist. I'll do it.
And then summer vacation ended before I could actually release it.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
So then, I mean, I just had it, you know, running.
Wait,
in
it
the
wasn't
background.
released?
No, I did release it. I like posted on Reddit, but
Oh, okay.
at the same time, it wasn't really useful.
mm.
And then I like basically stopped working on it
Because of school, right?
because of school and also like graduated a lot and like
Mhm.
no one was really using it too much. Fast forward to the start of the pandemic, I'm like, oh, this is pretty useful again.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think it picked up a lot of steam then.
I see.
If I
Interesting.
really, I probably should have like advertised it a little more, especially during the pandemic.
Mhm.
But I just like kind of let it be.
Okay.
However, a few YouTubers here and there and like Philip streamers would like find out that this app exists. They would start using it.
That's sick.
Mhm.
And then I reached out to Philip after one of his streams and I was like, hey, I noticed you use this thing. I'm like the developer. Is there anything like you want me to build to like make it better? And he was like, hey, I want to add this feature.
Mhm.
And so I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'll add that. And then
Right.
we started talking a bit more and he wanted to use it for Monkey League. And so I like just made it better, like helped him out with the stream
man.
layout.
And I think at the end,
But at the same time, I don't want to like take much credit because like a lot of his stuff is like he did it.
well, I mean, but the software is still important, right? Because I
Yeah.
think at the end, like it provided a really clear display for the viewers as well. It was clear to see like, okay, like they got these times, they're at these like totals or whatever. Because I remember when he would do like best of 100 or something,
Mhm.
or like first to 50, like those are really clear and easy to see.
Mhm.
And like I think it had like all the stats and stuff in there.
Mhm.
So that was really cool. So yeah, this man, he just built all of it just by himself.
Yeah.
You know, I was going to mention with Phillips, before he made Monkey League official, he would, like, everyone starts somewhere with all these projects. Even Monkey League wasn't perfect. When I first started watching his streams when he was doing online competitions, it was like Patrick versus someone, best first to 50. Dude, that was the first 40 solves are unwatchable. Sorry,
Oh, really?
I'm just stating the facts.
Really?
Damn.
Why?
It's just too long.
Oh,
You know,
it
I-
wasn't worth it.
Yeah, it just
So
made me
sit
feel like
through
I
the
was
first
watching
40?
soccer.
Gotcha.
But
So-
sorry, football.
You're like the only the only solves that matter are like the last 10 minutes.
That's how I felt. Like, and
Okay.
if you know, maybe some people feel basketball is the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Like the last quarter is really the one that matters. That's how I felt. And
That's
then
why he changed it up.
yeah,
so
he
that,
changed it up,
like
and it
there's
was
his sets
really
and his
good.
matches.
Mhm.
Exactly, it's like tennis a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like really
Mhm.
clever.
So that is a feature that I had to add because like
Okay, yeah.
you don't really need that at all.
Yeah, when you're just cubing with your
yeah.
When you're
friends,
just
yeah.
cubing, you just like do average of 100,000.
Mhm.
So then I like added a feature to like do sets of 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so that's you who made
Yeah.
sure that it's like if this person gets most of them, then they get one set.
Yeah, and
then-
like show the points and the sets and stuff.
Mhm.
So like
Oh,
that's an
okay.
example of something.
I mean, I think that's good because like software engineers who are like behind the scenes, it's often a thankless job.
Oh my
But right
God.
now, we should give you those thanks.
Well,
Here
yeah.
you go.
I wanted to
It
highlight
was super cool though. I like just seeing it being used.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was a lot of work that needed to be done. So CubersLive had already existed, right? And then we were like, okay, let's use CubersLive for Twisty Puzzle Cup. But there was a lot of work that needed to be done to get it set up and running Twisty Puzzle Cup. And I
Dude.
think for the most part,
I-
it was a smashing success.
Like literally, like Preetham, this needs to be done. All right, Preetham, we got to work on this. Gotcha. Preetham, can you build this? Say less.
Dude, I was like, Preetham, I could help out a little bit, right? And then like the parts that I did are like maybe this much compared to this amount, like a mountain of
Yeah.
stuff that Preetham.
I mean, you did a lot of stuff too. The one thing I will say is like, I really liked how it came up with the name
Twisted
because
Puzzle Cup.
no, Cubers
Oh,
Live.
Cubers.
Because I remember.
Didn't we just steal the like
we
your
just-
No,
URL?
so I remember we were talking about like this live stream live competitions
Mhm.
concept, and in the call I like offhandedly said, oh, we can call it Cubers Live.
Okay.
All right, and everyone's like, oh yeah, that's a cool name, let's do that.
Yeah,
In
but
the
we
back
didn't
of my
know.
head, in the back of my head,
you're
I knew,
slow,
I knew that
Yeah.
I already had this website. I already had the domain and like stuff.
Ah.
But
Alright.
I mean,
honestly,
good.
And yeah, and then I remember Michael came up to me one day. He's like, "Dude, I have terrible news. I was watching Philip's stream, and
Oh, that's so
someone
funny.
already has the name Cubers
Oh,
Live."
but that's really you.
And then I'm like, "Hey guys, by the way,
I own CubersLive.
yeah, fun fact."
That's
That's
so.
me.
That's
Yes,
so
I remember
funny.
that now.
That's so
Yeah.
funny.
And we kind of just repurposed that, added a Twisty Puzzle Cup to it.
And now
That
CubersLive
works.
has branched out to do a ton of stuff.
Mhm.
So
Dude, TPC, there were so many things on the back end to even like back end not building it, but the process to verify results. Do you remember that? Oh my god, we had to pull out timestamps for people open up scrambles.
Oh my god.
Like
Oh
the
my
video
goodness.
evidence
Yeah,
process.
and we like actually caught people.
We
cheating.
caught people cheating.
It was
We
crazy.
tracked them down.
Dude, we got to talk about that in a different
Yeah.
episode. That,
Dude,
that was
that's-
That was
That's insane
hilarious.
process.
Like, we caught you red-handed. How do you... It felt like cross-examination.
Yeah, it was-
They
it was
felt like
actually-
Amber Heard, man.
Dude, it was actually like L versus Light, but this time we were L, and we were just like going right after them, like, yeah, we have the evidence.
Cue the
man.
music.
Yeah. That's actually what happened.
I mean, like, did they try to defend themselves? Or
Yeah,
they did.
people did.
And then
Well,
we
so
laid
we usually what we did is, or well, I didn't do it. Manu and Michael would message them on Discord and be like, "Hey, look, we think you cheated. Are you gonna confess? Like, did you?" And they would always not confess,
Yeah.
but we would like add a little more evidence. And then a little more
Yeah,
evidence.
like we
And
had
then
everything.
By the end of it, they would confess because like we do know for a fact that they cheated.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just thinking, like, is it more powerful to, like, lay all the evidence at once and overwhelm them? Or, like, do a slow drip so that
I
thought the slow drip
the
worked,
bits
but-
worked. The bits
Yeah.
worked.
But I don't know if we would have gotten the same result. Maybe we would have if we just laid out all
Yeah,
the details.
I think it's like the
I
idea
think
is
it's
like
meaner.
to just lay out everything.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah,
it's-
you want to assume best intent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
right.
that is a good point. And
Yeah, 'cause-
you also don't want to like show your whole hand. I think also right because
Yeah.
like I guess like in maybe this is a dumb point, but like you don't want the competitors to know that we go to certain lengths in order to verify and,
Exactly.
because like you want the competitors to be like, okay, like everything is fine, just straightforward, right? You don't want them to know like, yeah, we're like literally hitting like frame by frame in order to figure things out. So
Yeah. We should talk about that in another episode.
I'm
It's a really
curious
cool
if any-
system.
definitely.
Yeah. I'm curious to know if, like, any of the people who cheated, like, I know, or if it's, like, all, like, kids
No,
who
it's mostly random people.
who just started cubing.
Yeah.
Random people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So another thing that CubersLive did was and all the videos are on YouTube, by the way. The Twisty Puzzle Cup stuff and the thing we're going to talk about, the FTO Melee stuff. In fact, I think I have the whole playlist. I actually made a whole playlist for it now.
Yeah, it's
so you can, so it's totally organized. You can go. It's like chronological order too. Anyway, FTO Melee was an amazing event. I think we did a really good job setting it up. We have an interesting story about this. So if you go and like look at the FTO Melee videos, you'll see that there are two competitors, right? They're both on screen at the same time with Preetham's really nice overlay. You got the CubersLive little thing at the bottom that shows like who's winning, who's losing. Then you got the casters, right? Mm-hmm. And the casters, it like if you watch it, you see like, oh yeah, like these guys are commentating it live, right? We actually didn't commentate it live at all. Yeah, big reveal.
Why are you exposing us like this?
Big reveal. So the reason why we didn't do it live is because FTO Melee was a big deal for us because we had people in a bunch of different time zones. We had people Pacific, I think Central. There were people, I think Calvin competed, so that must have been Mountain Time, Eastern Time.
And
across the pond in Britain, Ed Dibley was competing as well.
That essentially made it impossible for us to do anything scheduling related.
Yeah. So anything doing it live was going to be way too difficult. So the way that we had done it is Chai would conduct the actual head-to-head event, so that all the solving, all the scrambles, all the verification was done then. He would send the file to Preetham and me, and we would watch it. I think we did like a Discord screen share. Is that what we did? Mm-hmm. We would Discord screen share the video, right? And while watching the video, we would record ourselves and our voices, reacting to it. But we didn't know the results either.
So like it was a genuine reaction if someone got
it was a totally genuine reaction. We didn't know any of the results, and we didn't know any of the. We had no idea what happened, and we got some really really good reactions out of it. But if you go back and look at it now, the fact that like it looks like we had done it live, I don't know how we managed to pull that off.
Well, I think it was because, as far as we were concerned, it was done live.
I guess that makes sense.
For the commentators, it felt live.
Mm-hmm. But I'm confused. Like for the competitors, like they didn't know if they had won until like.
No, they knew. No. They did.
Well, but like if it's different time zones, then like someone.
No, the competitors were still.
They were subbing each other in real time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
we
so
coordinated.
We had a whole like matrix of who's gonna compete against who at what times they're gonna compete against who, when they're available. It was amazing.
And the other reason we did it that way is because we did round robin.
Yeah, we did round robin.
Which was World Cup style.
World Cup. Oh my goodness, FTO Melee was so good. We gotta bring that back.
It was good. I think it took a little bit of more collaboration, and at that time I think we were all getting a little bit busier with work.
Yeah.
It was not the same as when we first did Twisty Puzzle Cup.
Yeah. Definitely work was picking up. I think this was at the end of the summer, so school was also picking up for people.
Yeah.
It
was an interesting model. And you know what? I don't know, but I think CubersLive can take pride in. We discovered Vishwa. Vishwa is a really fast cuber now.
Yeah.
He's almost a world ranked cuber. His clock nar.
He has clock nar.
Oh, really?
I think he had
nar 3.
So when you say
Brendan Dunnigan.
Yeah. He lost the nar.
Yeah. So when you say that like CubersLive discovered him, you mean like that was the first time he was on a stage and being watched by?
I feel like it.
The community.
I think so. Yeah.
I guess that could happen because like the pandemic was long enough.
2 years.
Yeah.
A lot of time to improve.
Although I am going to bash him for one thing. His FTO Melee footage was so bad.
And his FTO solves were not great either.
Your camera angle visual was so horrendous. I was just like, this is not going to make a good video whatsoever. Again, I think like also like the mic was like not good, so like you would like pick up a lot of like cube noise. But Vishwa is one of our good friends.
Just imagine if the camera was pointed at a 4x4 on the left hand side of the 4x4 while you're solving on Yao. Like all you see is his hand going this way. That's all you see. You don't even see the cube turn.
Yeah. Sometimes like it matters like the angle of the camera more than like the actual quality of it.
Yeah, definitely.
It was potato quality.
It was really bad, but anyway, we discovered that's when Vishwa I think also got introduced to like Twitch and stuff, and then. Like, Vishwa's regular into like Chai's streams, and then like now he's like one of our good friends. So
I mean, jokes aside, it was more so a joke of discovering him. He's just a really good cuber.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, but we did I don't think our platform's very big.
We knew him before he was big.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say. We knew Vishwa before he was cool.
Yeah, and you can thank CubersLive for your success, Vishwa.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know about that.
You think in an alternate reality where he wasn't on CubersLive, he wouldn't have gotten NAR?
No, he definitely.
No, he would have gotten.
I think he would have gotten NAR. Yeah. But
But the extra push, though, maybe he got a little faster.
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, maybe it was like me. Maybe if he didn't have CubersLive, he would just quit.
Maybe. Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not.
It's impossible to know. It's the
Definitely
butterfly effect.
I mean, yeah, but hopefully, like, maybe it is the case that being on CubersLive helps his like motivation or something, and that's also something that we want to do. We want CubersLive to be like kind of like a gateway for people to
A
get
gateway
into.
drug.
Okay,
Well,
I
speaking of drugs, did you guys?
No.
What? So.
No,
I
continue.
feel like no. I feel like we've got to like be a little bit in real time, right?
I'm
I think
curious.
some people have
Topical.
been watching the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the clip where she was
He's
like?
talking about Adderall for cubers. Does it improve your performance or not? Should we ban
tested
it?
live on
Oh,
CubersLive.
Oh, I think we will actually talk about this in an episode.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
really?
because it is
Performance
actually.
enhancing drugs.
Yeah, peds, right?
Yeah,
because if it's a sport, right, then like
There are some discussions about it internally, but did you guys see the clip of Amber Heard where she was trying to blow her nose?
No.
No.
Oh,
I
I
did
have.
see that. I'm not gonna
That's
comment
such
though.
a conspiracy.
Dude,
Yeah,
I don't
it's
want to
so-
even talk about it. It's gonna get the video demonetized.
Yeah.
Oh man,
I thought this was supposed to be a family
it
friendly.
just looks really sketchy.
I see it.
Yeah,
Video.
It just looks really. She was
Yeah,
blowing
I-
her nose, guys.
I think it's like I don't want to make statements unless I have absolute proof. So
That's
I'm just-
true. That's true.
Yeah.
I will say that like I've seen it though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
She was blowing her nose, guys.
Alright.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of speed cubing with like performance enhancing drugs, I almost feel like the blind events would help be the most improved because
the memory.
like
Your
because like
capabilities.
it's like your ability to like
I never.
turn what you see into memories. I feel like that could be sped up. A
Mm.
lot.
I never understood Adderall. I heard Adderall affects people in different ways, whether you have ADHD or not.
I could believe it.
I don't know.
So
I
like
have no
either it
clue.
slows you down or speeds you up.
Yeah, I mean, I heard it all throughout college that like right before computer science tests, people would just be taking a lot of Adderall,
Yeah.
and
Don't do this, by the way.
Don't
yeah,
do
don't do this.
Do not
Don't
do that.
Don't do
Don't
this.
We're not
Drugs.
saying it
Yeah,
works.
I never had to do it.
We're not saying it works.
Yeah, don't do it.
It
Yeah.
does not.
Yeah, but like I did fine in the tests, so like
Yeah.
clearly it's not needed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Definitely not.
Exactly.
But
But
like
like Carrie.
Justice Suzuki's Carrie.
Yeah,
Well,
that is
fucking
true.
genius.
Yeah, he
No,
is
I mean,
like,
no.
he is full time YouTuber and stuff, right?
No, I mean like I like in college, like I was getting like B's and C's. I mean, not always, but I think for like the finals, I would like not try to do that well because I knew like okay, we're at the end of the quarter. And
Mhm.
You would not try.
well, yeah, I
Don't
mean,
get
who
that
tried?
at all.
Who tries, man? See, the thing is, he doesn't need to try.
Yeah.
He's just that. He's just naturally
That's pretty
gifted.
cool.
no,
they
I-
say it's Carrie Wong from Carrie KH, and they're like, oh, hey,
no,
definitely.
like, I really no. There were some like times.
Here's a guy who made like a genetic learning project for fun in 7th grade.
No, okay, I will say that like the college professors don't know about that stuff. Like,
Oh really?
I think YouTube is like strictly like 25 and younger, and it's like I
Okay,
would try to
interesting.
email my professors like, hey, look, I'm doing these AI projects, but I just don't like make papers about them. I make YouTube videos about them. But then they would just be like I'm too busy to like.
Add you to my lab. and
Or,
stuff.
I mean-
I'm too busy to watch a YouTube video.
Yeah, but, like,
but
yeah,
not
kinda-
busy enough to read a paper.
I don't know. I just wouldn't get a response because I think it looks
Yeah,
like
I see.
self promo. You know, like if you,
I see.
if you share a paper with a
Yeah.
professor, like there's a chance that could turn into like more publications.
Sure.
But if you see a YouTube link, it's like, oh.
Yeah, because I guess like professors are not interested in YouTube videos, right? They want papers in the
Yeah,
end. So,
yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Like,
But
this
this
is not an academic.
Yeah.
This is not
This
an
is-
academic project.
It's not an academic endeavor.
Endeavor. This is not an
Yeah.
academic endeavor.
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess that's all to say that like I wasn't the best college student, but that's okay because you know C's that get degrees. I didn't get that many C's, but
Save
I
your
think
college
we're
stories.
advocating like the worst.
Yeah,
things
that is true.
for
Yeah.
audience.
well, okay. I mean, my life plan is probably different from other people's life plans.
It's fine. We already talked about things that you should do for college in a different podcast episode.
Did we?
Yeah, we did.
I remember you included how like you had prepped 3 different essays, college
Oh.
essays, and then your professor told you to not submit to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, that's true. I forgot that I told you that, so it's cool that you remember.
Yeah. So you could watch that for the good advice. Don't watch this section for the advice. Just watch it for
Yeah.
the funny stories. And we'll probably get another episode for funny college stories at some point because
Yeah.
I feel like every group of friends has like dumb college memories that they like went through. So
I'm just thinking of one right now.
is it good?
Is it one that
I want to save it.
Yeah, definitely
I wanna-
save it.
yeah,
Definitely
save it,
save it.
save it,
Definitely save it.
Like,
Definitely save
keep
it.
us on edge.
I mean, we gotta keep up the podcast ideas. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Hey,
Yeah. Can't exhaust the
hey.
ideas.
The other, one thing I forgot to mention. This is episode 20.
I'm surprised
yeah.
we made it this far without
I feel
running
like-
out of ideas.
I feel like episode 1 through 10 felt longer than 10 through 20. I feel like we were just on episode 10.
Oh, for sure. Do you think it's related to routine?
It could be related to that. I think the other thing is, well, actually, I don't know. I was gonna say that like we were recording more frequently.
But that would have the opposite of.
But that's actually not true because we took weeks off. We took a week off. We didn't even upload a week, and then there were some weeks where we didn't record at all.
1 through 10, we had like buffer too.
Yeah, we had
Like,
buffer.
we had
1
buffer.
through 10.
We didn't
So-
have the buffer 10 through 20. Well, we built.
Yeah.
We've
We
trying to
built
be
it back up
proactive.
now, but
I think it's just mostly because of the routine. Because also like with 19 to 20, those were like one, like, oh, I guess like we didn't record multiple episodes in one sitting. So,
that's right. That's right.
So
yeah.
like you would think it was more spread out in time.
Yeah, I don't know, but it feels like we were just celebrating episode 10 when we were doing
Yeah.
Pokemon tier list, right? So
Yeah, I remember that.
and yeah, so it's crazy.
Sprigatito.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. You remember something from
Oh
it.
yeah. How could you forget?
Sprigatito was cute.
Quick,
We-
best PLL.
Best PLL.
This is what we're asking all guests now.
What's the one that's like?
All right. Yeah. I know that,
that
one.
one.
Yeah, I know that one too.
Yeah.
Did you-
J-Perm. There's a J-Perm.
You figured
Yeah,
out just by
Dude, there was a game that
I mean, he
was-
literally said
Exactly.
Juju.
there was a
True.
game that we would play like driving back
I
from.
do like J-Perm.
You just make
I think it was
sound.
driving back from
Very
SAC, right? Where like you
Viper.
like someone would sit in the back and the
Oh.
person who's sitting in the
Blind.
middle, they would like not be able to see what the PLL is, right? And it's like PLL recognition based on sound.
Oh, based on sound.
Yeah, that was an interesting game.
Oh.
That was interesting. I sucked at it.
I think okay. I'm already trying to imagine how that would work. Cause like I think H perm you could definitely hear.
You can also tell like T perm and Y perm kind of.
Z perm for
Z
sure,
perm.
because Z perm has like its own pattern.
Yeah. I
It's
guess.
a long one.
Maybe like N perm just because of how long it is.
Dude, M perm, you just hear like.
But depends on what
definitely
output
N-perm.
we're doing.
And then it's the good N perm, which is like the J perm, but
Right,
super
yeah,
long.
yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. So we did PLL sound recognition. That was pretty hard.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
And a totally useless skill. I don't know why
I
you would ever
know.
do it. But that I used some of that knowledge to come up with your J perm. So
Oh.
your favorite is a J perm, I guess.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Which is a good favorite to have.
Yeah.
As long as it isn't V perm, like whatever.
V perm's cool.
We'll,
Yeah.
we'll bash through this on.
I have
on
a
different
weird V-perm algorithm.
episodes. Which one
Are
is
you
yours?
Where no, I like do a cube rotation.
Oh,
I do
that
like
one.
Like a wait. If you're doing this, you're doing like a X or no? You're doing a Z rotation.
Wait.
yeah, Z rotation.
Yeah, Z
Perform
rotation.
it.
I can't do it on this.
On a barrel cube.
Oh no, that rotation. No, I tell you.
I mean, in that case, it's literally a barrel roll.
Oh, true. Now it's rolling.
Yeah, no, I'm surprised we've made it this far without not having any ideas.
Yeah.
To be honest, I was skeptical that we would have ideas up until this point.
I mean, but
Well, as long as we keep having comps, then there's like more material.
that's a good point. But I mean, even like the non-cubing episodes, like I feel like we're filling in pretty well. Like the first, like I remember when we started CubersLive, we mentioned this before. We had only planned 10 episodes, and our idea was like, if we get to episode 10, then like we can think about them. Like the fact that we don't have episodes planned after this is not a problem, because if we don't have like if we get to episodes 10, then we made it, right? If we didn't quit after like 2 weeks, then then we made it, right? And now we're on 20, and we have like things planned for like at least like I think like we have things planned for like the next like 4 or 5 episodes, which is pretty insane.
Yeah. So
Comps are coming back too, like live streams. I don't know. I don't think we've scheduled when our next live stream is going to be. It is
not
dependent
actually
on venue. But I mean, what we learned at SAC was Wi-Fi was doable.
Wi-Fi was doable. Well,
To an extent.
to an extent, I think slow was way better than SAC in terms of Wi-Fi because we never had frame drops.
Mhm.
We never had to mess around with
I think
It fixed the issue with the bitrate though. When you adjusted the bitrate to like
yeah.
I see.
potato bitrate, it didn't look like potato, but
I see.
I think a few people did have issues with it in the finals, especially like
oh really?
one of Max Park solves apparently had like a few frame drops and like.
I didn't know that. I didn't remember that
But
part.
we also had that like special Bluetooth connector where it's not like the antenna aren't directly connected into the board; they're connected onto like this cable that's mounted somewhere. a
Yeah,
little higher.
yours, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That helps a little
That
bit, I
helped.
think.
yeah, because we would bump it and then it would just
Mhm.
we would drop like frames for minutes.
Yeah.
So
I mean, we've combated technical difficulties on all 3 attempts, right?
Mhm.
I think.
I mean, the most recent technical difficulty was the easiest to fix.
yeah. I think the internet one, the Bluetooth, you had to play around with all the adapters.
Mhm.
That was an issue before that we had to address, and literally, like, I don't know. I feel like by the time we're in routine, like maybe our 5th live stream comp, it's just gonna be cookie cutter, just like this podcast.
It'll be way smoother. Yeah.
The only thing about it is just the planning and the travel, because I mean, if you keep track, we went to Sacramento, we went to San Luis Obispo, and we went right into the heart of the Bay. But that's travel, right? Like, it's a little bit of coordination. At least, for the very least, it's you two coordinating. That it isn't easy.
No, it's not. It's not easy. It seems like it should be easy because it's like, oh, we know that it's coming months in advance, but there are just unavoidable situations sometimes, or like there are other things that get planned. Even if we're going to the comp, sometimes we can't like live stream it for whatever reason. Maybe it's not conducive to live streaming or something. There are always quirks, but I think in the future we definitely plan to continue live streaming comps in some way, shape, or form, even if it isn't every comp. Mainly because it's A, lot of fun. B, we like based on the turnout from Fast 32, which was a little scuffed in a lot of ways. I think it's like a really good. I think people want to see it too.
I mean, I feel like this is not a secret. I want CubersLive to. It would be really cool if we could one day reach a point where we could.
I want to stream Worlds.
Rule the world.
Yes.
Yes. What I meant to say
already?
was travel and then stream other competitions.
Yeah.
Not just Bay
Around.
Area.
Not just the Bay
Yeah.
Area.
I want. And we're going back to Smash again. I want it to be like VGBC.
VGBC.
Yeah. So VGBC, it's a video game bootcamp based in Maryland.
Okay.
And they have like their local like friendlies or whatever that they do every week. It's like Xanadu and Laurel Park or something. But they also have like a bunch of different people in like many parts of the country. They even stream comps in Japan from time to time.
That would be cool.
Which would be really, really cool, right? And it's I'm not saying like necessarily Japan, but like even if we could go to like Pacific Northwest, SoCal, Utah, and Georgia, right? Like or like, you know, and if we can expand out to like more like higher level competitions, like, you know, we start moving into like regionals, then we start talking championships, like that stuff. It would be super, super cool to like, you know, be the ones who are introducing these really, really skilled cubers to the rest of the world.
I feel like CubersLive is kind of funny in that, in comparison to, you know, competing streams, we're kind of like the underdogs and like startups. Yeah, I feel like we're just a startup. I don't know. It's just like we're just doing things, like trying things for fun.
I mean, we're just like 3-4 guys, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I think the thing that makes us stand out a little bit is that we kind of embrace the jank.
Yeah.
Because there are a lot of things that we just can't fix, and instead of like trying to fix them as close as we can, but still not getting it perfectly, we're like, you know what, we can't. But there are other things that we can focus on that'll make the stream better, and we'll just like. It just makes you more personable too.
I think that's a big thing.
100%. I mean, it's an 8-hour stream.
I mean, yeah, it's an 8-hour stream, right? And at the end of the day, you're watching people solve plastic puzzles, right? It only gets so interesting. So I think there's a lot of like other things that need to be brought in. And you know, we don't have like things like super fancy like if you think about like a sports broadcast, right? The way that they make things interesting is not through like the casters themselves necessarily. They show like a lot of different camera angles. They have like a lot of replays. Obviously, they also have like a lot of ads, so that fills in time as well. But we don't have a lot of those like fancy things, right? So we have to resort to more like here's funny story time, or here's like, you know, we're gonna turn like adjusting this camera into like a thing that we can just talk about for like 10 minutes, and you know, hopefully people find it funny.
It's insane that we managed to. I feel like we didn't have many lulls, even though
we had very little lulls. I think
we were like. Going for good 8 hours.
Yeah. LOL.
I
was like, LUL. Like maybe try to add some LOLs. What do you mean? LOL.
But we also did not have any. We did not have any LULs, right? Because of no emotes.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
Wait, okay, so that's like a Twitch thing.
It's just an LOL, but like LUL.
Okay.
It's a meme.
Yeah, I know that like LOL has also become like KEK or something. Like it evolves in many different ways.
Yeah, Chai's favorite kick.
But yeah, I will be Manu's backer in the Smash equals cubing analogy. Like I very much agree with him. I think the one difference is that Smash is a lot more competitive.
Yeah.
Where like one person has a rival. They're trying to beat that rival.
Right.
Whereas I feel like in cubing you're mainly just competing against yourself.
Yeah.
It's more like golf. And I think that's where like we can mess around with the formats a little bit.
Mhm.
And even if we aren't streaming like official competitions, I think there might be places where we stream unofficial competitions that have more interesting or different formats. I think we talked about this in a previous episode as well, where it's like maybe it's like a tourney style, or maybe it's like a round robin group type thing, like, or maybe it's an invitational where there's only 20 competitors or something. I don't know. I think it's part of the many list of things that CubersLive has planned for the future. And we're going to continue to live stream comps. We are going to come out with new ideas. We're going to make more YouTube videos. I think with the last live stream, and one thing that I could think is really good, the YouTube clip system I think is actually pretty decent. So we'll turn things into clips, upload them.
Yeah, I was thinking that one of the best ways to grow a YouTube channel is making a highlight reel.
Yeah.
And like clips are like, you can just find like where the retention goes up the most and clip those and string them together.
Yeah.
And then that typically becomes the channel's most viewed video.
Yeah, makes sense. So we got a lot of things planned. So thank you all for listening for us for like 20 episodes, like over 21 weeks, which is like, how long is 21? That's almost 6 months.
Yeah, I mean, another way to think about
21 weeks is a lot.
It's like 5 months in a week, right? So
like another way to think about it is like if the average episode is a little under an hour, maybe it's a little shorter than that. We're getting close to like
you could spend your
entire waking day.
Entire waking day.
Holy like 16 hours.
Crap.
Yeah. Like you can spend your entire waking day listening to Overinspected only.
Yeah, I mean the goal is to get up to 24 hours because then it's like a full day.
Yeah.
Overinspected.
Yeah, exactly. And realistically, you only listen to like 1 or 2 a day tops, right?
Yeah.
So hopefully, like you like listening to these as you're doing work or maybe on a commute or something. But yeah, I think that's a pretty good place to wrap this one up. I think this one's gonna be one of our longer episodes, but I think it was worth it.
Yeah.
Because we had our first guest, Preetham, and yeah, I don't know. I was gonna go somewhere with this, but I totally lost.
We should just do some like copyright, like trademark. Do Cubics is
Oh, Toodles, but we gotta.
I think what would be really funny is if we just cut it.
Okay. Well.
No, it should be like Overinspected. It's like when competitors are competing, it's like you gotta go now. So you say 12 seconds and then it's over.
What?
I don't think that works, right?
No, that doesn't make any sense at all.
No, it does not work.
Okay, wait. We could, now that we're live, we could actually try Chai's stupid close your eyes and clapping idea. You want to try?
Try doing it in sync? Okay, so this is gonna end the episode. So thank you for watching episode 20. It's over.
It sort of worked.
I reacted to a clap.
Oh, because